President Biden tests positive for COVID. Microsoft outage affecting banks, flights, media outlets all across the globe. M1 rifle found in church. Rapist caught in Westmoreland while Akeem and Yohan Blake will run a 100 meters race in London tomorrow. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. A widespread Microsoft outage disrupted flights, banks, media outlets, and several companies around the world today. Escalating disruptions continued hours after the technology company said it was gradually fixing an issue which is affecting access to Microsoft 365 app and services. So if you go anywhere today and things not working as usual, just be patient. The world and life goes on tomorrow. U.S. President Joe Biden has tested positive for COVID-19 and is suffering mild symptoms according to the White House. Karine Jean-Pierre, his press secretary, said the president is vaccinated and boosted. He has had COVID twice before. Mr. Biden, who is 81, was seen earlier on Wednesday visiting supporters in Las Vegas and speaking at an event. And the illness comes as he faces increased pressure to step aside because of his age following a poor debate performance at the end of June. And boy, may I tell you, when it rains, it pours. The Ministry of Agriculture is anticipated to have a comprehensive list of crops whose availability would decline in the upcoming months by this weekend. And it is already known that there will be a shortage of carrots, tomatoes, lettuce, and cabbage, according to Agriculture Minister Floyd Green. Replanting and imports will be used to repair the gaps, according to Minister Green. Mr. Green said the good news is that some crops like tomatoes can be produced and be ready for market within a short period. The rest will be done by importing. The government of Jamaica said it is taking preventative action while the country is still on high alert for a potential epidemic of vector-borne illnesses like dengue fever. Aedes aegypti mosquito vectors have increased due to recent meteorological occurrences such as Hurricane Beryl, which have resulted in lots of rains and floods. Prime Minister Andrew Holness stated in a Tuesday speech in Parliament that the National Works Agency and the National Solid Waste Management Authority have been supporting cleanup efforts to get rid of breeding sites, and he claimed that $300 million had been set out for mitigation projects. Meanwhile, a team of officers assigned to the St. Andrew Central Police Division seized one M1 Garand rifle containing 7.62 mm on Crescent Road, Kingston 11 on Wednesday, July 17. Reports from the Hunts Bay Police are that about 12:53 p.m., lawmen were in the area when a church was searched, and during the search, the firearm was seen in the room of the church wrapped in a piece of clothing. No one was arrested in relation to the seizure, and the investigation continues. A 20-year-old Tyler from Stenson District in Bogwalk, St. Catherine, has been charged over a gun that was found in a suitcase in the bathroom of his home. Nickane Might is charged with the possession of a prohibited weapon, and reports from the Spanish Town Police are that about 6:30 in the morning on Tuesday, July 16, a police team conducted a targeted raid at his home. During the search, a pistol was found in a suitcase in the bedroom occupied by Mr. Mighty, and he was subsequently arrested and charged, and his court date is now being arranged. Meanwhile, the police have charged a construction worker with the alleged rape and sexual assault of a teenager who is said to be his stepdaughter. The accused is said to be 60-year-old of a Westmoreland address. Reports are that between September and December 2021, the teenager was sent by her mother on several occasions to collect money from her stepfather. And it's alleged that during one of her visits, the man assaulted the teen, and on another occasion, he allegedly had sexual intercourse with her against her will, and the incidents were reported to the police. On Wednesday, July 17, lawmen conducted a raid at the man's home, where he was arrested and charged with the occurrence. A 45-year-old construction worker from a Kingston address was shot and injured in the Castleton community in St. Mary on Wednesday morning. Police reports are that the man was cleaning his motorcar on a section of the Content Main Road in the parish about 8 a.m. when he observed a motorcyclist riding back and forth in his direction. And it's alleged that the motorcyclist stopped, walked towards the man, took out a gun, and started firing. The man reportedly was shot in his right leg but managed to escape in a nearby gully where he made his way to the Castleton police station and reported the incident. He was then taken to the Onoto Bay Hospital where he was treated. Tyrish McLeish, a 20-year-old past student of Tivoli Gardens High School, was shot to death by gunmen on Monday. And although he lived in West Kingston where several gangs and shutters live, he is said to be a very humble and loving youth who was not involved in any crime. The Constabulary Communications Network reports that about 7 p.m., MacLeish was standing at his gate when he was pounced upon by armed men who shot him, and he was transported to the Kingston Public Hospital where he was pronounced dead. And it is said that he was on occasion asked to join rival gangs in the area, but he refused and said he was going to remain neutral and be friends with everyone. But the gangsters, it is said, told him he have to choose one side during the current conflict, but he refused. He tried to be neutral, and that caused him to be gunned down, as when he talked to men from one gang and talked to men from the other side, it caught jealousy, and they just decided to shoot him instead. And such is the life of the ghetto. On to sports. Olympic-bound Jamaican sprinter Akeem Blake is set to clash with American world champion Noah Lyle over 100 meters at the London Diamond League meet on Saturday. Blake, the 2024 World Indoor 60-meter bronze medalist, finished third at the National Senior Championship in June, clocking 9.92. Another Jamaican 2011 world champion Yohan Blake will also line up in the event along with Botswana star Letsil Tebogo, the British pair of Zarnel Hughes, and the new 100 meters champion Louis Hinchcliffe, as well as South Africa's Akani Simbine. A total of 9 Jamaicans are slated to compete at that meet. Zondrian Barnes will also line up in the men's 400 meters, where he will face top Briton Matthew Hudson-Smith. National champion Nikisha Price will compete in the women's equivalent, while national record holder Rashawn Clark will compete in the men's 400 meters hurdle alongside Brazil's Alison dos Santos, Kieran McMaster of the British Virgin Islands. And a two-time World Championship bronze medalist Rochelle Clayton will contest the women's 400 meters hurdle along with Antoinette Knight and Shean Salmon. Also, 10-time national champion Natalia Gold-Toppin is down to contest the 800 meters as well. So Jamaica is very well represented in London tomorrow. On to cricket. Ollie Pope's sparkling century led England to 416 on a hectic first day of the second test against the West Indies at Trent Bridge. Number 3 Pope arrived with the hosts at 0 for 1 and made 121, adding 105 for the second wicket with Ben Duckett, who scored rapidly in the first hour. Duckett was merciless as he hit the first 4 balls he faced for 4. He made 16 of those 4 balls and then raced to 71 of 59 balls before being out. Pope took advantage of being dropped on 46 and then at 54 to reach 3 figures from 143 balls before Captain Ben Stokes made a welcome 69. And in a chaotic end to the day, England lost their last 5 wickets for 74 runs but ended up making 416 all out. And the West Indies at our press time this morning were 39 without loss. And don't forget that the best news and sports takes place on this station. If you missed the news, please go to YouTube, type in Jamerican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep us going. That's news and sports. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.